Hey guys, this is a super live video, and what I mean by that is life is going on around me. Summer is coming and we are kind of spring cleaning our porch that has been collecting dust and dirt and leaves and all kinds of stuff. And of course the kids are getting all the summer toys out. I know that sounds funny seeing as how I am in Florida, but we're just trying to refresh things, figure out what toys we want to keep, and just kind of giving the kids a chance to run around the backyard. And anyways, so I was thinking about what would be a good autism video today for Autism Awareness Month, and I kind of thought about our experience and some things I didn't know when we started. I wish I had known or done differently, so I thought I would share. I just jotted down 10 things. It's not really in any particular order. So yeah, let's just get on with it, because surely the kids are going to interrupt me at some point.
Mama, cookies.
What?
Cookies in my pants. In my pants.
What's in your pants?
Bookies.
Poopies?
Yeah, bookies.
Buckies?
And bookies.
Pokers?
Yes.
Oh, you got a poker on you? Come sit in the chair. What did I tell you? Okay, well, the first thing I had on my list is not to panic. We're going to look over her pants for pokers. Not to panic. I know that's easier said than done, but I think that it's really important to try to keep a cool head and understand that a autism diagnosis is not a tragedy. Did we get them all? Not having your child, that would be a tragedy. Something terrible happening to them, that would be a tragedy. Autism just means you need to maneuver things a different way. Yes, it is a disorder, but on the spectrum, if you will, of things that your child might have to deal with, I personally feel that autism is on that short list of things that is not quite as bad. Yes, there are cases with children that have major struggles and have other things that accompany autism, but for the most part, try not to panic. Take a deep breath. Do not run to Google. Please. Please do not run to Google. That is what I did. Before I even had a diagnosis, that's what I did when I had suspicions. And Google is scary, you guys. I don't have to tell you that. You already know that. So many times, no matter what you're Googling, if it's a medical thing, you're going to get worst case scenario and you have a cough and next thing you know you have throat cancer and it's been about 32 seconds. Don't run to Google. There are more resources available to you. So we'll hop into number 2. When you run to Google, I wrote this down because I knew that was unrealistic. It's unrealistic to think you're not going to go online and start Googling stuff. I want you to remember something. When you go to Google, and don't heed my warning, and you start reading stories about children with autism, and it could be, you might be reading high functioning, low functioning stories. I want you to realize that one child's story with autism is just one child's story with autism. It's not all of them. In fact, it's nobody else's. Every single, you okay?
Yeah.
Every single child has a different story. Nothing is going to be alike. There are parameters for diagnosis, absolutely, but just like all of our children are unique, so is their autism story. And so I just want you to take what you're reading with a grain of salt. Because I promise you that any story you read online, yours is going to be different. So number 3, you need to make a plan. When you have gotten that diagnosis from the doctor or the psychologist or the psychiatrist, whoever you're working with, you need to make a plan. What is the plan of action? What do we feel that this child needs? What are strengths and weaknesses? I encourage you to have a 30, 60, 90, and 6-month plan. 30, 60, 90 days, and 6 months. What are you going to tackle in the first 30 days? What referrals do you need for therapy? What therapies do you feel that would benefit your child?
In my poop.
Okay. Thank you.
Poop.
Poop?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Mom life. So what is the plan of action for the next 30, 60, 90 days? What referrals, what therapies, what wait lists do you need to get on? What kind of things do you want to explore? What blood tests might you want to get done? Is your child having sleeping issues? Maybe a sleep study. What is the plan of action? If you can break it up into those 30, 60, 90 days, trust me, it does not seem so overwhelming. I wanted to make a special note that if you have not been set up with a developmental pediatrician, woo, Charlotte, you're knocking the table. Y'all, I wish you could see this. You are on my patio table, on top of a sit and spin, on top of a phone holder, and then there's my phone. Developmental pediatricians are so important, and I really encourage you to get into one right away. So number 4 is you need to gather your people. Okay, not trying to go all Meredith Grey on you here, but you need your people, and you know who those people are. It may only be one person. Maybe it's your husband. Maybe it's your best friend. Maybe you have a circle of sister wives type friends, or literal sister wives. I suppose that's totally possible. Gather the people that you can call at 3 a.m. any single day of the week. Think about those people right now. If something major is happening or you are so upset, who is the person that you can call at 3 in the morning? You need to grab that person, those people, and you need to have a family meeting. You need to sit down. You need to say, this is what the doctor says. I don't know very much yet, but I need you guys. I need you in my corner. I'm going to need the support. And they're your people. They're going to be there for you. That's why they're your people. It is so important to include them from the beginning. You do not ever need to feel like you are alone. And that segues really well into my 5th tip, which is join a support group. Whether this is a physical group you go to or an online support group, I encourage you to join a support group with other special needs families, or link arms with a couple other special needs moms, autism moms who are kind of veteran status with this. Because even though you have just gathered your people in the step 4, your people just may not get it. They may want to get it. They may have so much love for you and your child, and they want to offer the support they can in any way, but they may not get it, and you probably won't get it yet either. You're just starting out on this journey. But moms who have been through this, who you can really cling to and share and get advice from, or just vent frustrations from that other people might not understand, you want that. So join a support group of some sort. If you are newly diagnosed and you don't know of any support groups or any people, reach out to me. I will chat with you. I will be your girl, and I will help you find someone local as well, because that can be important. Number 6 is regarding your child. Do not dare lower your expectations. This is it's so important to me. And whether your child is high functioning or low functioning, I don't want you to get to a place where you think, my child has a disability or a disorder, and so they can't do X. You can fill in the blank. It was so important to me with Liam. Like, I will alter the methods in which we do things. I will not compare his timeline or his story with others, but I will not lower my expectations for him because I expect the world for him. And I know that if he works hard for it, he can get it. And I think it is so important to not just be so overcome with the grief of realizing that your child has a disability that you kind of give in to that sadness and think that your child no longer has a life that is as great as it was 5 minutes ago before the doctor told you this. It is so important. I will not lower my expectations for Liam. I will alter the methods. I will help him to set his own goals because it is his life. It is not my life. But I will not ever lower the expectation that he cannot succeed at what he wants because he absolutely can. And I truly believe that. Number 7, this is kind of a newer concept to us within the last, I would say, 2 years. Have a can do, needs work list. So what that means is, are you okay? Okay. That means is what can my child do? What does my child excel at? What does my child just really find enjoyment out of? And what are things that he or she needs help with? And the goal is to take the things that he can do and intertwine them with the things that he needs work on. And then that work is going to be more enjoyable. It's going to be more fun. When you are only working on things that a child struggles with, they're not building the confidence that they really need. So intertwining things that they're good at. So what would be an example of that? Let's see. Liam likes to read, but he has issues with understanding emotion. So that's something we're working on right now, is what is the character going through. So a way that I do that is we'll be reading a book together and then I will say stop, and he knows that means stop. And I ask him a question. What do you think this person is feeling right now? So I think this is a very good tip. Really consider, what can your child do? What does your child need help on? And how can you merge those together to make learning and behavior adaptations and stuff be more successful and not such a struggle? Number 8, understand your child's rights. This one takes a little bit more legwork. It takes some time. Definitely it takes seeking the advice and counsel of other professionals and also families that have been on the spectrum for longer. Particularly if your child is of a school age, you want to understand what are the laws, what are the rights that your child has based on his needs. What IEP is an individualized educational plan. It's a big deal. You will learn to probably not like these IEP meetings, but it's so important that you understand them and understand what the rights are. Our very first IEP meeting starting elementary school, we hired an IEP advocate. It was well worth the money. It was not cheap, but it wasn't crazy expensive. She knows the law. She was on our corner, on our side. We expressed to her Liam. We told her about Liam, everything that we could think of that would make a difference, that would help her to understand him. We met with her, and then she represented us in that IEP meeting. If you have more questions about IEP meetings, feel free to leave them below. I would love to chat with you or point you towards some resources. Another thing with rights is if your child has a diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder, look at your rights for disability. Disability is based on both the diagnosis. Charlotte, Catherine, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. We're having a 2-year-old moment here. Roy, will you get that from her hand? She's going to hurt somebody. Thank you. Will you just put it up somewhere? on the window or something. As far as disability, what I was saying is that if your child has a diagnosis, they may be eligible for disability money, which you might feel weird about, because I did at first, but it's really not the money that makes much of a difference. But for us, we were also able to get a secondary medical insurance. So we have private insurance through my husband's job, but with that secondary insurance, it helps to pick up a lot of the therapy bills. And I'm telling you guys, autism can be very expensive. That's a video I'm thinking about doing sometime this month. So I definitely encourage you to see if you qualify for the disability. Disability is based both on the diagnosis as well as the income bracket that you are in, and the money that your child gets will be reflected amongst how those two things work in relation to each other. Number 9 is one that I have not mastered, but I am trying to. It's so cute. Anybody else just like completely obsessed in your kids? I think they're the best. Number 9 is something I've not mastered, but we are working ever so much on, and that is to protect your marriage. I know it sounds weird, right? Why would you have that in an autism video? This isn't a marriage video. This isn't a relationship. Protect your marriage or protect your relationship, whatever that looks like for your family. Having a special needs child is difficult. It is hard. You are going to be putting them above you more than you ever have before as a parent. And we know as moms, we already do that. There are going to be some tough discussions. You are going to disagree on treatments. It is going to drain you financially. It's going to drain you, your intimacy. It will happen. You will find yourself up at night arguing or debating or worrying or praying about what's going on with your child. And it's so important for you to take the time for your partner to really solidify that relationship. That's something that we are working so hard on this year, because you need each other. And for you single mamas out there, I mean, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. My hats are off to you. I don't even know, like, there aren't even words for me to say. I don't know how you do what you do, but you have my heart. But yes, protecting your relationship is so important. You need to try to be on the same page, but understand that you're not always going to agree, but you are willing to shut down the conversation about whatever it is and really just come together and be a family, be a couple. And finally, the last little tip that I had, I know this video is getting long, is to document your beautiful and not so beautiful lives. You have a diagnosis, you know what's going on, you're starting to really understand what all these clues have meant, and you're going to start to kind of uncover what helps your child, and document it, share it. I urge you, share it. It can help other moms. I'm telling you guys, I am not an expert, but I've had people come to me and say, you sharing whatever it was Liam was going through helped me so much. And it's so nice to look back in. I love looking back on old YouTube videos when Liam was just starting to talk. It also can give you some really good clues, like, you know, what was going on here. You're able to stand back when you reflect on that and kind of really get a better understanding of your child. And I really urge you to share your autism journey, whether that's in your own just private circle with yourself, or if it's through social media or whatever works for you. But share your beautiful, beautiful children. Share the beautiful journey. It is not easy. It is hard, but share it. I urge you to share it. People want to support you, and they don't know to support you if you don't share that with them. You know, So anyways, those were just some 10 tips that I wrote real fast while I was sitting here watching the kids play soccer that I thought might be beneficial. If you know somebody who has recently had a child diagnosed or is diagnosed themselves, Roscoe, stop. We are dog sitting as well. Then share this video with them. You can point them towards my blog, letshealthyup.com. This whole month I'm making various blog posts and videos on my Facebook wall about autism and autism awareness. So I just wanted to share that with you guys from me to you. I hope you are having a beautiful Sunday, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.